Hey everyone, and welcome to my new series, In the Hoard. So, in this series, I'm basically going to be looking through my hoard of games, so to speak, to check on a game which I've either picked up recently or had for a while, and play it on the channel, and see your guys' response to it. And from your response, I'll see if I continue playing the game, or if it's more of a one-off kind of thing. So, without any further ado, let's jump into Oxygen Not Included. So this game is still in an early development stage, and I did say a while ago that I would be playing this game on my channel, so it's quite likely that I will go through with doing a whole series on this. And now to choose our crew members. So Doris doesn't actually look too happy right there. Gastrophobia, a fear of cooking. I think we're going to shuffle Doris to mozzarella. Almost mozzarella. Interior decorator, cannot perform any research. Can fall asleep anytime. Some duplicates are just full of it. Nice. So I think we'll keep this guy. His learning is quite high, but I mean, other than that, he doesn't have much going for him. We'll keep Melody, because most of the stuff is pretty good. Actually, I think we're going to shuffle this guy. Oh, would you look at that. Level 9 runner and a lot of good stuff here. To be honest, I don't know if the level thing matters too much. I know, like, it probably means that they're... In fact, I don't actually know, because everything being level 0, obviously we kind of want somebody that's more higher in one area in particular compared to others, but we'll see. I think this is going to be our crew. Mozzarella, just call him that, Melody and Howard. Name your colony. I'm just going to be really basic and call it the Hoard. And I think if I did actually do a proper series on this, I would name it something that I'd put a little more time to thinking about. Here we are. Straight into a strange new world. Your crew has awoken miles beneath the surface of an unfamiliar terrestrial body. Oddly, they have no recollection of how they got here. It might be best to start digging. So I have actually played this game a little bit already, so I kind of already know what I'm doing. I don't really want to speak too soon on that, because no doubt I'll mess up somehow. So I think, first off, I'm probably going to want to try and get some water. Or maybe just mine some of this area out is also another good idea. Kind of want some sandstone to start building some ladders and stuff. Probably mine down to the water. And we'll get some ladders going down. Wait, actually, let me cancel that action. And I think I'm going to put a platform here instead, so they can get the water from a high reach. And then probably mine this out. I mean, I know I'm going to be mining out the... What's that called again? Oxylite. I'm going to be mining out the oxylite, which isn't the best, but sooner rather than later I'm going to try and get an oxygen generator up. Okay, so it's going nice so far. I think, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we're going to need a toilet. Because that is kind of one of the things that I forget to do quite early on, and then the duplicates end up needing the toilet, and it's never a good result. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit, just to get them to complete some of the tasks. Now I'm trying to think of other things I need to actually get on the move. So we have a lot of oxygen around, which is nice. Through here we have oxygen. This is like a water settling kind of thing. I love how the gases move in this game. It looks really cool. It looks like you're looking into like space, kind of, in a way, with the nebulas and stuff. Wait, this is oxygen. For a second it kind of looked like CO2. I thought that would have been a bit unfair starting us off near CO2. Right, so those jobs are pretty much coming to a close. I'm thinking of maybe expanding a little bit up here. Having an extra area to kind of work off of. And possibly more in the future we might want to look at expanding over towards the other water source. But I kind of want to do this more just for the rooms. Get some of this going. I'm going to need a room where they can all go to sleep. I'm not really sure where to make that just yet. Everywhere else is still to be discovered. A place to sleep. Might actually be best doing it up here. So if I mine out this area, get myself a bit of raw minerals as well. I think I might need to mine this out just to get the water to flow down a bit. But other than that, I will tile this and here. Hopefully without knocking the water through too much. Right, let's speed this up. So I partially know what I'm doing. If I mess up in certain areas, it's because I haven't been playing too much, but I have a rough idea of what to do. Okay, so focusing on the cots for these guys. I'm probably going to leave one space in between them just to fill in maybe some like decor stuff. Oh, they need O2. How bad is this area? It doesn't seem too bad. I mean, it's unbreathable at the moment just because there isn't much oxygen in here. But it's flowing up, so it should be nice. I still can't get over how much I love like this oxygen flow thing. I'm going to assign these beds. Oh, this guy's self-assigned his bed. Okay. Just already taken that one over his own accord. Okay, so they're all going to go to sleep, but oh, this could be a problem. Barely breathable oxygen in and they're asleep. Ooh. Yeah, I should probably get this going. Okay, so I'm gonna place a generator and actually gonna put a battery right next to it, so that when they're asleep, the power's still going for the generator. And where is my oxygen? My algae something or another. I'm gonna place this here so that we can get a nice disperse of some oxygen finally coming through. There we go. Battery, everything needs to be linked up, but they're taking a quick snack break. I mean, they don't really need to power up the battery at the moment because it hasn't got anything to power itself, but once this is going, I think we'll have a nice flow of oxygen coming through. Is this not connected yet? Oh, they just didn't put algae in it. There we go. So we have some oxygen coming through. We have a nice water collection area. I think the next stop is probably going to be food. So we're quite low on the food aspect here. I'm actually going to dedicate this area over here to food. Mainly because it's quite close to the water itself, so it should be easier to get on with working with. Micro musher. There we go. And cables. There we go. Link all of that up so they actually have something to be getting on with whilst it's on full speed. I'm going to assign some mush bars at the moment. I don't want anything too crazy coming off of here. Also, I don't think we have any mealwood. We have some mealwood seeds, though. So when I do actually get onto doing research... Oh, wow, they can collect water from there. I mean, that wasn't my intention, but sure. Why not? Yeah, sure, put the water there. And for research... Where actually is research? Yeah, it's in stations. A research station. I'm going to put that... where should I put that, actually? I think maybe I should make a new room. I'm going to mine that out so the water flows through. This guy just fell asleep whilst he was midway through cooking some stuff up. So yeah, a research room. Probably make it here. Tile extend it out a little bit. And a station. Place it at the end here. I know it takes longer for them to actually mine it out that way, but hopefully it should be fine. Furniture. A floor lamp. I'm going to put that up here because I think I heard somewhere that if they have light in like their sleeping area, they kind of don't get as stressed as much. So we have some wires coming up here to the lamp. The priority for that should be slightly lower. So I don't really use the priority thing much. But I'm pretty sure the lower the number, the lower the priority. Yeah. So just quickly skip through them sleeping. The battery is working nicely whilst they're asleep. Still pumping out some oxygen. I actually really like the batteries. Because they help quite a lot whilst they're sleeping. I love the oxygen flow just coming up here and being absorbed by the duplicants. I can't mention that enough, can I? Okay, so maybe this isn't reachable. Yeah, it isn't. It actually says right there, unreachable. So I think for now, I should probably put a tile there just so they can get up and reach it. And they're eating again. Having a snack. Research station is probably going to take a little while to actually mine through to. Because they're all getting on with the basic needs. He's running about delivering sandstone and then running back to the toilet. There we go, now they're getting on with this room. This is still pending as well. Well, they really are getting on with their own needs, aren't they? I think there's a mode that you can actually make it so they don't get on with their own needs and prioritize other things over their own needs, which doesn't seem the best, to be honest. Insufficient oxygen generation. I feel like that might be a thing that's happening because I don't have much oxidite around. I mean, if that's what it was called. I can't actually remember. But just see them quickly get on with a bunch of this stuff. This is reachable now, apart from that one. Which I will have to see to shortly. Hydrogen and chlorine. This is very... What the hell is that? Morb. He ran away when I targeted him. Spooky. Oh, okay, so the water's flowing through. Which is what I intended to happen. I'm probably going to need more of these on the run. New duplicants available. Right, let's just slow the time down a little. Let's have a look who we have. So we have Carl, Pierre, and Ada. Ada probably seems like the best option here, just because of all the stats and skills that she has in high. I didn't really check what the other duplicants were high, and I kind of just picked them because they were high. Gastrophobia, fear of kitchens. I think we should probably go with Ada, to be honest. Right, let's have a look what everyone is actually good in. Stats, I feel. Creativity. well, she's a chef, so I assume cooking, yes. Mozzarella. Good old mozzarella. Creativity again. Or did I just look at him? I feel like I did. And athletics. So yeah, we didn't actually have whatever it was that that Ada was. I just saw a second ago. A technician. Okay, tinkering. There we go. We don't actually have a tinkerer, which is nice to have. It needs power over here, which I will get onto shortly. I'm going to need some more oxygen as well. It doesn't actually say insufficient oxygen anymore, which is interesting. Select research. I think I'm going to go straight into farming tech, mainly because of the planter boxes, so that we can get some better food coming down. Contaminated dirt into fertilizer. Small amount of oxygen. Sure, we will go with that one, mainly because it helps us the most. And I can deconstruct this now. Also going to need to dig a little more of an area out just for Ada. I think cancelling those two actually helps, because then they can climb up and mine, well, dig out those first and then dig those out later. Grabbing the water from there, I don't know, I find it really interesting. Hopefully eventually they actually dig it all out and we can move it about. This guy wants some decor. He wants some decor. So I feel like probably putting one up here to reduce stress when they're going to go to sleep. I don't think I have anything to actually suit that at the moment. I can't build these wires because it's unreachable. That's a pain. That's actually a pretty big pain because I can't really put anything there. So I'm going to have to cancel those, deconstruct those, and rewire up going up the ladders so they can actually climb up and do it. Hopefully that gets sorted that way. Insufficient oxygen again. She's just sleeping on the floor because there's too much going on right now for anyone to try and actually build her a bed. And I feel possibly making another oxygen generator up here will work. I'll fix up some more wires so everything has the wires it needs. So I'm not sure if I've mentioned this already, if you guys didn't already know, but this game is created by Klei, the makers of Don't Starve, which is one of the main reasons I picked it up, because I support the game developers quite highly on their games, because, I don't know, I really enjoy the games, and they're a great developer, because they keep up to date on all of their work. And update it and stuff, which is quite obviously seen in Don't Starve with all the expansions and stuff they've made and making together. And you can also quite obviously tell with like the algae deoxidizer with I don't know, just kind of the way it's built. It seems very Don't Starve-esque. And well, I mean just the art style in general. Anyway, moving on, we need some novice research coming down the pipeline. And I feel trying to mine through to somewhere which actually has seeds would be helpful as well. I don't really know where that would be. I'm not sure if I can really get a ladder going down there. Don't know if it works like that. This cot is going to be assigned to Ada, and I feel probably extend this area even more. Maybe to about there. We'll dig that out and place some more flooring there. And maybe even make a second level above these beds. I won't get on making it just yet because obviously there's no duplicates that need extra beds or anything, so I could always make it something else. But right now I think I'll have it in mind to... Oh, this water just lowered down. What happened there? Oh, we're gonna need to clean this out soon. Set that to clean. Carbon dioxide down here. That's not the best. I'm going to set this to... Actually, I have to deconstruct this first. Set it to a ladder. And I feel if we move these down, that's possibly going to work out for us. I'll set these to deconstruct after they've been built. And hopefully you can move down into the water. I'm not sure if that's a thing. I don't know what it is, but it feels really weird how they leave all of the stuff lying about and don't store it. I'm maybe missing something with that. Oh, the power's out. Oh, I know what I have to do here. I have to put a second battery down. Just because of the amount of power that's being used. Let's get some more research down the pipeline. And yeah, I think everything's going quite nicely so far. We've got a nice stable supply of water. We've got a lot of things that need powering, but I feel like the batteries will fix that fairly well. Maybe the battery threshold. Well, I don't really want to mess about with that. I feel like I might mess something up if I do that. No more algae. Ooh, this isn't good. I can't really find much algae anywhere either. I mean, there's algae down here, which they could work on mining out. Probably mine this out, get a bit more algae that way. I think mainly because of the dire need of algae, I've got to put a ladder down into the water. And hopefully they can get some algae out that way. Well, they're collecting stuff from down there. And the water's going to be flooding down soon. And hopefully eventually I can actually use this area to make something. More mush bars coming out. This guy's still collecting that water. Oh no. Contaminated dirt. Emitting contaminated oxygen. Okay, that isn't good. We're going to need to sweep that up. Which I haven't actually been able to have work at the moment. I always set, like, contaminated dirt to sweep, but it never gets swept. And it always contaminates the air. Which isn't the best. Oh, whoops. That was an accidental pause. And it's kicking in. There we go. So the water's going to flow down, and I think, for now, placing this with tiles. So they get even more algae, because, I mean, that is kind of something I forgot about. Insufficient oxygen, really. Contaminated oxygen's over here. Yeah. Kind of need to get rid of this contaminated oxygen. I'm not really sure what is happening with this, because I mean I set it to sweep, but it hasn't been swept. Let's set the priority of that to 9, because it is quite high priority, to be honest. Getting something that's contaminating the atmosphere out. Oh, and they're out of power now. Someone's going to have to be getting back on the treadmill. Or the hamster wheel. Is it because I need, like, a brush or something? I don't know, I just feel like I'm missing something. There we go. Now we have a platform down here. I'll set all of that to mine. Yeah, but I'm not really sure about this. And how it doesn't actually get swept up. A liquid pipe. Just checking if I am actually missing anything. I set a pneumatic door here just so it doesn't get too toxic in there for the person doing the research. There we go. And probably a pneumatic door for the bedroom as well. Whoops. Let me just slow that down. What's up with this? Oh, is it a power thing? Right, there we go. New location. We'll place those down, and hopefully that limits the contaminated oxygen generation to a room that actually has an oxygen generation of its own. And maybe I'll need another oxygen generator at this rate. No research task selected, because research has just been completed. Nice. Okay. So, I'm actually going to have a look, because I haven't passed this before. Converts 2 mush bars into 1 improved deep fried mush bar. Contaminated water. Okay. To produce fertilizer. Interior decoration. Nice. Blank canvas. A mess table. A place to eat. Sounds interesting. Power regulation. I mean, this is probably a good one. To actually get a better battery, because that is a little bit of our problem at the moment. There we go. Hopefully get that working out nicely. I'm going to clean this again, because hopefully that kind of gets somebody to concentrate on the fact that there's just a lump of shit right here. Oh, Melody just fell asleep. Nice. He's sleeping on the job. Cannot believe it. Okay. So, I think probably mine out this area as well. Because we can get a lot of metal from that. Oh, I thought she was actually cleaning it up then for a second. I was about to be happy. Howard's doing a bunch of research in here. We'll fabricate more just so it keeps going. I still don't have any seeds. It's too spooky over here. It's too spooky everywhere. It's just a mob. Contaminated oxygen. Nice. They just contaminate the oxygen. Oh, we have a new duplicate. Let's have a look. We have a technician, which we already have, and 2 scientists. I mean, the technician just seems really, really good. Cannot perform the job at dig. Well, wow, okay. Cannot perform the job at build. So, really? I'm not too sure about this guy, to be honest. We have Ping, if I even pronounce that correctly. Anemic. Somebody who's good with learning, but they have minus athletics, so I think I'm going to have to go with Mildred on this one. Good old Mildred. And hopefully get somebody who can help with some of this technology generation. But we do need people who can build and dig. That just seems like a pretty big downside for a duplicate, to be honest. I should probably dig that out first, because that's sand, so it's going to fall, right? I'm slightly hungry. somebody's working on stuff down here. I'm not sure having this to dig's that great. Yeah, it's unreachable, so I'll just cancel it. I mean, mainly because they have to go down through the water to do it. Once the water's gone here, I can actually set this area to be somewhere worthwhile. Oh, a compost heap. Breaks down contaminated dirt into fertilizer. Do I have to have this before they clean up the dirt? Is that what that's all about? I feel like maybe it is. Breaks it down into fertilizer. Where do I really want to put this? I don't actually know where I want to put it. Planter box. I think I'll make the planter room down here. I mean, it's near the water, right? So it kind of makes sense. An algae terrarium. Cycles carbon dioxide into a small amount of oxygen. Okay. I think I'm actually going to place the contaminated dirt area here. And I'm going to dig out this whole chunk. Hopefully it works. I set it to a little bit faster. To actually get everybody on the important jobs. I need a bit more research fabricating over here. And set these to mealwood seeds. I don't know what a blossom seed is, but sure, why not? More mealwoods, even more mealwoods. So they're all set to mealwoods. There's a bit of power coming through. Toilet doesn't need cleaning right now. Fabricate another one of those. Okay, so I think just having them wake up at the moment would be nice, and then I can put the algae decomposer in here, and hopefully then they'll clean up the contaminated dirt. I feel like that's the kind of thing you would just want to clean up and take to an area you're not so busy in, but sure. I guess that it's that kind of thing that confuses me at first, that I don't actually realise that you have to do certain things before you can do others. They really have set the food to max priority, haven't they? Delivering bottled water. Gotta love the good old mush bars. I'm actually going to prioritise this slightly higher. Priority 7. So hopefully they'll actually get on to try and do it a little faster. Hopefully they get rid of all this up here before they start destroying all the lower down blocks. Still really want to go for that food. I guess it is quite important for them, to be honest. Do they not really want to mine the area before they... or place the floor down before they mine the area even? No, they can't quite reach that. That's a pain. Right, where was this? Here we go. Compost heap. Alright, let's dig this area out here. And place a tile here. Oh, hopefully. There we go. They picked up the contaminated dirt. Someone's shoveling through. Nice. Best job. So, what does this do exactly? Breaks contaminated dirt down into fertilizer. So, this produces CO2. Which isn't the best. Or does it? Or is that just because I mined this area out? I can't really tell. Okay, so everyone's just walking about, not really doing anything at the moment. I think we should probably set this to a pneumatic door. I'm actually going to need to put one there if they are to reach up there. Oh yeah, and we don't have a new bed, do we? That's a good point. A new bed, and then possibly have a new lamp in, just so there's some more light. Get some more power going. There's a lot of micromanagement for me to be doing right now. I need more research on the go. And more food on the go. How long do these take to harvest? Harvest remaining. It's growing on 23%. 10%. 20%. Okay. Is this unreachable? Nope, it's reachable. It's just nobody sees it important. There we go. Deconstruct that. So hopefully this room is a little bit better the next time somebody has to come in here. Power's out again. Somebody keeps deeming it not important to go on the treadmill. There's a lot of contaminated oxygen and stuff in here. I think for that reason I'm going to have to put another oxygen machine. Somebody leveled up. Nice. Or research, that was what happened. Never mind. Open a new research. Combustion. I'm going to go with the interior decoration. Mainly because I don't really understand how I'm going to work with the liquid pipes and the oxygen pipes just yet. I take that more down the line when I understand the game a little bit better. And I think, in terms of power, it would be nice to have a bigger battery, a wire bridge. Runs one section of wire over top another without joining power grids. Okay. A power switch toggles all circuitry following the switch without affecting the preceding circuitry. I think just having a big battery right now will help. Possibly put it where the smaller batteries were and deconstruct those. Alright, deconstruct this one. And then put a bigger battery here. I'm not sure what just happened. And then put a smaller battery here. So those things can have a little bit of extra power. And maybe even put another manual generator here. To get some more power on the run. So we have even more power being created. So we have a nice little thing going here for us. I actually kind of want to fabricate some of this. Get some more food going. So yeah. I think that will be it for now, guys. You let me know if you would like me to continue playing this. I'm actually really enjoying it. And I wouldn't mind doing it on the channel. Because it is a lot of fun. Expand the world a little bit. Or I can wait a little bit longer until they have released a few more updates, so there's more to the game. I don't mind, I'm still going to play it in my off time either way. But thanks as always for watching, and I will speak to you all next time.